And underneath is the QR code. So the little code on the bottom is what gets magnified by the telepod and picked up by your iPad, your tablet, or your phone's camera. And the game sees that and then puts this character in. Hey everyone, Wes here for Family Gamer TV, and today we're going to take a look at some Angry Birds Stella toys and playsets. Now these feature the Telepods technology that we've seen in Angry Birds Star Wars and Angry Birds Go, where you can take your physical toy and transport it into the game to help you solve the puzzles in those Angry Birds apps, in this case Angry Birds Stella. So this week I received a rather large box from Rovio which contains a number of these playsets and toys. So let's take a look what's in there. First, I've got a bit of an inventory. So we'll run down what it is. We've got the Angry Birds Stella Treehouse playset. That's one of the bigger sets. The Piggy Palace playset. The Birds Rock Together collection. The Stella multi-pack. And the Stella Friends assortment. So let's have a look. Let's start with the big one. So this is the Angry Birds Stella Treehouse playset, featuring a rather pink treehouse that Stella and her friends like to hang out in. It also features a couple of the other characters, well, 3 birds, which aren't listed of what their names are, but I think it's Stella, Poppy and Willow. Also a bubble bed, a soda counter, 2 piggies, which we can see. See those 2 piggies? The kind of slingshot as well. Now if we look at the back, you can see how that works. You mount those piggies on the treehouse and then you have to fire your slingshot or swing at the bad guys to take them out. So that's the big one. We've also got some smaller packs, individual character packs you can get. I think this is Dahlia. She's I think she's the science geek of the group, if I remember rightly. I've been playing the game for a while now. I still can't remember all the names. Yes, this is Dahlia indeed. You can also get Willow, Poppy, Luca, and Gale. Gale's the bad princess, and we have a set with her in. We'll come to that. So here we've got Luca and Poppy. I'm confused now which one's Luca and which one's Willow, but that's Luca and Poppy. And again, you can see on the back it shows you how the telepods work. You just take the character, pop it on this telepod right here, and that transports that character into the game. So we got those character sets. You can get multi-packs for the characters. You're going to also get those single packs for the characters. I think we've got another couple of play sets. So this one is the Piggy Palace play set. So this one features the bad princess Gale. And this one's a rather fetching shade of purple. And you can see a couple of pigs there. And also Stella masquerading as a pig with a little snout. And you can see from the back how that looks set up. We're going to open these up for you in a future video so you can see inside. We'll have one for you today. Here we've got the Birds Rock Together collection. So this is a band-themed collection. And we've got various costumes and accessories for the birds in question. And here you can see, again, we've got Stella, Willow, Poppy, Dahlia and Gale. No Luca in there. Poor Luca, the only boy in Angry Birds Stella, and he's left on the shelf. Disappointing. And from the back you can see that the packaging actually forms kind of like a set for the band to play in. So that's quite a good use of the packaging. Don't have to throw it away, you can reuse that to play with. And again, shows you how to put those telepods into the game. So we should open one, which is going to prove difficult with one hand. So I'll try the smaller set, and then we'll maybe see how that works, putting it on the telepod. And how we go from there. So, bear with me. With a little costume, and then the telepod base as well. So if we pop out that character, and this one's Dahlia, remember. So, here we got Dahlia. She's got a fetching little bug on her head. Interesting choice of attire, I think. And underneath is the QR code. So the little code on the bottom is what gets magnified by the telepod and picked up by your iPad, your tablet, or your phone's camera, and the game sees that and then puts this character in. So Angry Birds games come with a set collection of characters per level to use to solve the puzzles. And this allows you to break that collection by putting in your own figures at any point, trying them out to help you solve the puzzles easier. Within the app, you can also pay to use characters on a level-by-level basis and use coins that you earn to do that. But one of the things that doesn't happen in Angry Birds Stella, which does happen in some previous Angry Birds games, is that you can't buy digital versions of these characters. We're not quite sure why that is. Maybe Rovio don't think female players are going to be more inclined to buy digital versions. Maybe they've just not been a success in general, and so they wanted to take out, or maybe they just want to encourage people to buy these physical toys more. And if you remove the digital version, there's a better chance of that. So I've just taken the character out and their costume, and you can see it just pops nicely on there. I've got to say, the Stella characters do look generally a bit better quality than things like the Angry Birds Star Wars ones. They look a bit nicer. The Telepod is kind of interesting, kind of egg-shaped a little bit. And you've got this platform on the top, and this little bit here that sticks up, that's what sits inside your character. So you have to take the dress-up off, which is kind of annoying. And then you slot the character on, and there we go. Turn upside down, quite comfortably slotted on there. Unlike the Angry Birds Go toys, which kind of sat precariously on their telepod, the Angry Birds Star Wars and the Angry Birds Stella characters fit nice and snug, and you can just kind of not going anywhere. Then you place that on your mobile phone, over the camera or tablet, and it reads into the game. Magic! So there you've seen a few of the sets. We're going to have another video where we look at them all opened up to get the kids in and have a play with them and see how those swing slingshots work and see how well it goes down with both boys and girls. Of course, these sets, unlike the game, these sets are quite pink. Now, the game itself and Rovio have made a big deal about how this game isn't targeted to girls. But the toys, well, you've seen what they look like in the boxes. The boxes are a little bit pink, although primarily white. There's a lot of pink on there. And the toys themselves, various shades of pink and purple. So maybe the toys are targeted more to a specific gender, but the game perhaps not. And it's an interesting choice. Maybe we'll touch on that in a later video too. Anyway, that's all we've got time for today. There will be more videos on Angry Birds Stella, so stay tuned for those. Let me know what you think about these toys. Have you got any yourselves? Which ones do you want? Have you got any favourite characters as well in Angry Birds Stella? Do you prefer it over regular Angry Birds? Leave us a comment and let us know, and of course hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future videos. Until next time, stay tuned to Family Gamer TV.